The triple option crystal ball. Last time this season, guys, we're breaking out the crystal ball, and it is brought to you by BetMGM. BetMGM is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during the baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Visit BetMGM app to access the game, and you will score a prize if you hit a single, double, triple, or a home run. So, guys, we're going to go in the Wayback Machine right now. Okay? The Wayback. And we're going to remind you guys a little bit about what we did when the college season ended. All right? We talked about who we think is going to win it all and who we see as maybe our dark horse team. So, Coach, you and Mark both had Texas as your national champion. Dark horse was Tennessee for you, Coach. Mark, it was Bama. I had Penn State winning it, and I had two dark horses, LSU and Clemson. We take an updated look at the odds because they have changed since.
That's a good mixture of teams there. That
it's got. A lot. It's a blend of a lot of teams out there. It keeps the conversation going, right, Mark?
All right, it's nice though. It's legit too.
Since then, remember, we've had the spring transfer portal. We had spring games. Odds have changed, so we're going to revisit these odds about a month until the season starts. So Ohio State and Texas right now, guys, both at plus 500. They are seen as the teams to beat. By the way, they meet in the opening game this season in Columbus, followed by Georgia at plus 650. Penn State at plus 800. So two SECs, two Big Tens right there. Another Big Ten, Oregon plus 850. Clemson plus 900. Notre Dame plus 1,400. Bama and LSU plus 1,500. Michigan plus 2,200. So, Mark, I'll start with you again. You had Texas and then Bama as your dark horse. How are you feeling about those right now?
I still like them. Still to this moment, man. You talk about Texas with Arch Manning taking over at the helm. He had some big game experience last year. Some very important reps that he took last year with Quinn Ewers being injured. Talk about their defense, who has been traditionally ranked in the top three over the last 3 seasons. They returned 6 starters. Talk about Steve Sarkisian and what he's been able to do, back-to-back CFP appearances. They're just their recruiting class. They're full of talent. They're full of coaching. They got the quarterback. They got talent all over. Their schedule isn't too grueling, even though the SEC has, I think, the top 11 hardest schedules in college football. I like Texas right now with the outlook. It pains me to say it, but I like Texas and their outlook right now with what they have going on and what they've built on and the momentum they're building on. And then Alabama, man, they're still the Alabama. Got Ty Simpson, the projected starter. Got talent all over the offense at wide receiver, at running back, at talent all over the defense. Kalen DeBoer, they're super motivated coming into off that season that they had last year. A couple tough losses at the end of the season. So I like my favorite in Texas, and I like my dark horse in my Crimson Tide still to this moment right now.
All right. So nothing's changed for you, Coach.
Yeah, let's talk about Texas for a minute. I think in recent history, Arch Manning is going to have the most pressure. And I was trying to go back. I had Chris Leak was enormous pressure because he was the number 1 player in America coming out of high school. You had Tim Tebow. You had Cam Newton. You had these quarterbacks that
Scam Newton.
I mean, that had so much pressure, and it impacts them. And especially when you start, Mark said a comment, I don't want this to go by easily here. The 11 most difficult schedules in college football next year are all SEC schools. So that's what Arch Manning has to face. Yes. So I remember a guy sat there right in front of me after we won a bowl game, and he said, how does it feel knowing that anything other than undefeated season and a national championship is a failure? That's what Arch Manning's facing. Only he's
undefeated
not 50 years
season,
old.
Not necessarily, because Ohio State didn't have an undefeated season. They won the national championship, and it was a success.
Right. I'm not saying what's success or not. I'm saying the fans.
Right.
The media, they're going to be beating that guy to death if he doesn't have. Once again, I don't know what his success is. I do, but no, I agree with you, Mark. I mean, with that, the schedule playing SEC, but people don't look at it that way. This guy's the next coming.
So not only are you playing the SEC schedule, you're also playing at Ohio State to start the season.
Right. So I like Ohio State, Texas. That makes sense. Tennessee's gone. I don't. I had them. This is before the Nico transfer, which still to this day, I'm scratching my head and say, what in the world happened there? There's going to be a story someday about what happened there. I don't know what it is. Why would you leave a team that just made the playoffs? He's as talented quarterback as I've seen in a long time. and he's at UCLA, which is great, but he's
For less
don't
money, I
understand that.
believe.
But Penn State is the one team that they're kind of following the pattern that the Wolverines did and the Buckeyes did with an extremely veteran team, which I think now is the playbook to go win a championship.
Yeah.
Because you're coaching seniors. I never coached seniors. They're all gone by the time, the Mark Ingrams of the world, they're gone after your third year. Now you're getting fourth year. You imagine what that's like, Mark, to be on a team with a bunch of fourth-year players that are grown men.
Man.
That are, that's
Battle
night and day
tested.
compared to freshman, sophomore.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, a returning
Drew Aller
starter
get it done?
under center. Yeah, that's the question, but that's also a perk. A lot of these other programs that we're talking about right now, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, changes at quarterback. Who knows what you're really going to get? We feel good. I think if you were with Ohio State or Texas or in Eugene, you're like, we're going to be okay, but are we going to be as good at that position as we were the prior year? That's why I like the LSUs. That's why I like the Clemsons. That's why I like the Penn State. That stability under center goes a long way. Goes a long way.
Yes, it does.
It's going to be a fun season, man. I'm really I love the fact
so
that we had all
revisit
these
your
different-
choices, Stoner. How do you feel?
I had Penn State, and I feel like the same way that, Mark, you and I have felt about Penn State for the last year and a half. Like, all right, Coach Franklin, we talked to him earlier this season, right? Like, go win the big one, right? Like, go
win the
prove
ones
you're a
that
big
matter.
dog. And it is lining up to Coach's point that they've got a lot of the things in line for them to get over that hump, if you will. And then I just said LSU and Clemson as dark horses. Hell yeah, I'll take those two as dark horses again. Starting quarterbacks. A Heisman may find its way to one of those Death Valleys for sure.
As long as it's not LSU, I'll take it. Shoot.